Welcome back to Mrs. Rundown. In today's video I am going to be recapping the events of The Breakfast Club, a 1985 teen/drama film. Spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Now like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this video. On Saturday, March 24, 1984, 5 students at the Shermer High School report at 7 a.m. for an all-day detention. Each comes from a different clique: Brian Johnson, a brainiac; Andrew Clark, a jock on the wrestling team; Allison Reynolds, an introverted outcast; Claire Standish, a snobbish and popular girl; and John Bender, a rebellious teen delinquent. They gather in the school library, where Vice Principal Richard Vernon instructs them to not talk, move from their seats, or sleep until they are released at 4 p.m. He assigns them a 1,000-word essay, in which each must describe who you think you are. He leaves, returning only occasionally to check on and reprimand them. John, who has an antagonistic relationship with Vernon, ignores the rules and riles up the other students. John spends most of his time bullying or harassing Claire, Brian, and Andrew. They all eventually feel sorry for him after seeing how he deals with abusive adults like Vernon, who gives John 8 weekends worth of additional detention and eventually locks him in a storage closet for talking back. John eventually escapes through the ceiling and returns to the library. The students then pass the time by talking, arguing, and, at one point, smoking marijuana. Gradually, they open up and reveal their secrets. Claire has many experiences of peer pressure due to her popularity. John comes from an abusive household. Allison is a compulsive liar who dreams of running away from home. Andrew cannot think for himself due to his controlling father, and Brian contemplated suicide over a failing grade. They discover they all have poor relationships with their parents. Claire's parents use her to get back at each other during arguments. John's parents physically and verbally abuse him. Allison's parents are neglectful. Andrew's father emotionally abuses him to the limit to succeed, especially in wrestling. And Brian's parents pressure him to earn the highest grades possible. They all realize that, despite their differences, they face similar problems. Each student then confesses why they are in detention. Andrew taped another student's buttocks together using athletic tape because he felt he had not cut loose on anyone in high school like his domineering father had. Brian left a flare gun in his locker, which went off accidentally, that he planned to use to commit suicide after getting an F in shop class. Vernon subsequently found it. Claire mentions peer pressure to go along with what her friends want to do. At the start of the film, Claire's father stated through dialogue that she is in detention due to skipping school to go shopping. Vernon had earlier stated that John was in detention for pulling a false fire alarm. Allison admitted she did nothing, yet showed up anyway for lack of anything better to do. Claire gives Allison a makeover, which sparks romantic interest from Andrew. Claire decides to break her pristine innocent appearance by kissing John. Although suspecting their new relationships will end when detention is over, they believe their mutual experiences will change the way they look at their peers. As the detention nears its end, the group requests that Brian complete the essay for everyone, and John returns to the storage closet so Vernon thinks he never left. Brian leaves the essay in the library for Vernon to read after they leave. As the students part ways, Allison and Andrew kiss, as do Claire and John. Allison rips Andrew's state championship patch from his jacket to keep, and Claire gives John one of her diamond earrings, which he then wears. Vernon reads the essay, in which Brian states that Vernon has already judged who they are using stereotypes and that he is crazy if he thinks they'll tell him who they are. Brian correspondingly states, "Each one of us is a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a criminal." Does that answer your question? He signs off the essay with "Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club." John raises his fist while walking through an empty football field. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these movie summaries. It really helps the channel out.